Different rules over there.
I was going to be the official that decides that, well, here we go.
I haven't even seen the official one. You?
We don't have to take the vote until 15. I'm not sure if you can get up, Paul. That is like 20-0 in dunks that they're going to be down.
Yeah, who's keeping track here? Make little tip marks.
Anarchy. And you know what's so cool? If I could do it, I would totally be out there doing it. I still remember the year. Do you remember when you around when Elliot Ashbeck was in school? Would go up in the pregame and he goes hand above the rim and he wouldn't throw it down, but he would run after it and drop it. And Chris Barr, one of the local officials in a big game, they were playing for first place in conference. Started off the game, he should have done before the game. Al Ashbeck was one of them.
Would Mike Stellick please report to the scores table? Mike Stellick.
I mean, it was quite the story amongst the skating community, but it's one of those things.
Yeah, right. Oh. I remember that name. That's right.
That's why you remember.
You guys put on a show here, man.
That was amazing.
The L. Oh, that doesn't count. 7 foot. I don't care. You put it off the L?
Woo! Oh.
Big thing's coming. Oh, no, it's too far out.
I'm telling you, off the L is it. That's the highlight.
I mean, wow.
Holy man.
That was...
You might have the 8th grade done, for God's sake.
That was fantastic.
No way.
That's the 8th grade?
I haven't seen the 8th
We
grade.
don't know which one it is? Uh-oh.
Oh! Oh! It's the most entertaining one I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, around the back? 4 steps there, pal.
We got 7 minutes before we go live. Absolutely.
We got Coach here just standing and watching, too. He likes it.
Oh, yeah.
Lacrosse Central Minnehaha Academy. Starting soon. Stay tuned. Is that right? Sweet.
We got a good rhythm with it. Why not?
So where do you guys think you want to start? Do you hit a mark like you did in the other game?
I think it's like a 6.
At 6? You guys
talk about, I think it's enough things to talk about there. The 50 told you if you want to come in at 6, even if you want to cut all the way early, you can make it play.
the 1, 2, 4, 2, that. Oh, it's a long one. So, 420. Like, so if you start at 6, you'd actually have to look at it fast. Yeah.
We'll start at 6.
All right. If you need a commercial break, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say whenever you want to do 6 is good.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Oh. I think you guys got a handle.
You don't want to get or foul down.
I think you got it all figured out.
I'd say whatever you're ready to do.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, 6. So you want to go for 15 minutes? Welcome to the big leagues. Okay, well here, let's do this. I'm going to hit one commercial, and then that'll make you look game up. Awesome. Like we know what we're doing. Yeah.
Are you living with a prosthesis that is causing discomfort or pain? You have options, and I'm here to help. Hi, my name is Shai. I'm the owner of Next Step Prosthetics in Marshfield. You have a choice where you go for prosthetic care. My focus and specialty is providing a prosthesis that you enjoy wearing to help you get your life back. Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Let's take the next step together to a better life.
Welcome to the Border Battle 2020 here at UW La Crosse. Game 5 of the Border Battle between Minnehaha Academy and La Crosse Central. Welcome, my name's Dan Ross. I'm here with my partner Paul Draglinski. Produced by Jason Zaleski, the best in the business.
Hands down, without question, best in the business.
So it has been a long day, but we are in for a treat. We have seen a lot of great basketball so far today. This is going to take the cake, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. I think anytime you get an opportunity to call a game and see the amount of Division I talent on the floor that we're going to have tonight, it's going to be impressive. We were treated with that during warm-ups when we watched Minnehaha go ahead and provide just some excellent dunks. In fact, one of the gentlemen threw it off of the wall in La Crosse, caught it in off the bounce, and just threw down a monster dunk. But you know what we have on the floor here for the La Crosse Central Red Raiders. Certainly, Johnny Davis and Jordan Davis, we know, are going to be attending the University of Wisconsin. Number 21, Terrence Thompson, a 6'7" center, is getting Division I offers and is rumored to be leaning towards heading to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. For Minnehaha Academy, obviously, everybody should know about number 1, Jaylen Suggs, who's going to Gonzaga. Number 34, Chet Holmgren, is currently rated number 2 in the class of 2021 and has got just a handful of offers from all of the big schools. And finally, for Badger football fans, you can keep an eye on number 2, Caden Johnson, as he'll be joining the Badger football squad as a linebacker. So if that's any indication of the talent level we're about to see for a couple halves of high school basketball, it's going to be an exciting day.
Yeah, I can honestly say that there are a lot of people here. I have been to a lot of basketball games, and I have seen really big venues. There are thousands of people here, absolute thousands. And taking a look at the court and the players that are warming up, it is just oozing with talent. Like you said, in pre-games, they're putting on a dunk show. There's 13, 14 Minnehaha guys out here. I think 12 of them were putting down dunks with ease, putting on a show for the fans.
Yeah, we had an opportunity at the halftime where we're going to be able to share an interview with you from Coach Lance Johnson, the Minnehaha coach. And we had a chance to ask him about what it's like to coach Jaylen Suggs, what it's like to kind of have the star power that he has on the team. But we also had an opportunity to chat with him. And what he said I thought was pretty interesting. He said that when Minnehaha plays well, they're capable of beating any team in the country. And considering that they saw Stonebrook Academy and Bronny James and Dwayne Wade's son, that's pretty impressive. But what he also said is that he's got a group of kids that's coming together, and if they don't play well, they're capable of getting beat by just about anybody in the country. And that surprises me a little bit to hear Coach not only be that honest, but to really go ahead and get that type of assessment from his team. So I'm really looking forward to it from that perspective. And then obviously with La Crosse Central, we were talking about it before we came on air. With 3 Division I basketball players and the length that they have, do you think that they are potentially the top team in the state of Wisconsin?
Well, I think a couple of teams have claim to that. Obviously, Onalaska, very nearby here, beat La Crosse Central not that long ago in a conference game. Obviously, Onalaska comes up here to La Crosse yet already this year. So are they the best teams in the state? I don't know. What's interesting about Onalaska and La Crosse Central, of course, is that they're in the same sectional. They both cannot make it to state. So not only is there a rematch yet this regular season to figure out who's going to win their conference, they are going to meet again in the playoffs to determine who goes to Madison.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting. During our interview with Coach Johnson from Minnehaha, he complimented at how good of a squad Onalaska had. So should just be an excellent night of basketball. Like I said, we've got a full gym, an electric atmosphere. I think it's going to be an amazing crowd. So let's go ahead and let's take a commercial break, thank our sponsors, and when we come back, hopefully we'll be joined by Coach Dave Donarski of the Aquinas Blue Golds for a quick interview before we get into some high school boys basketball.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Meat has been producing the highest quality meat in the area since 1939. From chicken to pork, beef to seafood, here you'll find only the best. Try our award-winning summer sausage and snack sticks, made from only the highest quality cuts, no fillers. And good luck choosing between our 34 flavors of brats. Stop by for lunch and grab a made-to-order sub, burger, or salad. And don't forget all the canned goods, salsas, pickles, pizzas, and more. All locally sourced. Hewitt's Meat in Marshfield and Tomahawk.
All right, welcome back to UW La Crosse. We are very grateful to have Dave Donarski, head coach of the Aquinas Blue Gold's girls basketball team. How you doing, Dave?
I'm great, thank you.
So first of all, Dave, we want to take an opportunity to congratulate Lexi on the McDonald's All-American selection. I think that's outstanding. Dave, of course, last weekend and the Aquinas Blue Golds went ahead and knocked off Beaver Dam. So what's this week been like following the big victory?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, there's been just so much buzz around girls basketball, and we're excited for Lexi. And, you know, I'm just as excited for what that means for girls hoops just in general for Wisconsin. It just shows you that if you put enough time in, you can have all your dreams kind of come true with that. And then you add to that, we had a chance to go and beat a really good Beaver Dam team, and it's just, right now, if we can just stay healthy, I feel really good about what our chances are down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that you are definitely odds-on favorite to capture another gold ball this year. But tonight it's about a major boys basketball matchup. So obviously you know something about winning a boys basketball title. You know something about coaching a really great ball player in Bronson Koenig. So what are your thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Yeah, I mean, I expect the style to be kind of wide open, like a college level at that point. And I also think, I mean, you're looking at least 2 or 3, in my opinion, NBA players that'll be out on the floor tonight. So to see the reception that we have here in La Crosse is phenomenal. A sold-out show. I mean, how many people we have here? 6,000, 7,000 people. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah,
this is what it should be. This is great high school basketball.
Yeah, it should be a wonderful night celebration. Like I said, we appreciate you stopping up and taking by. My final question before I let Dan ask one is that just in case La Crosse Central needs more firepower, did Lex bring her shoes tonight?
She has her shoes, but yeah, she's planning to watch and enjoy this one too. Thanks.
Sounds good. Dan, anything else?
Not really.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Have
Thanks,
a great
guys.
night.
Good luck
care.
the rest of the way, Dave.
Thank you.
Clemmy Sales in Stratford is your hometown Chevrolet dealer. You won't get any high-pressure sales tactics from us. We simply offer great deals on quality, brand-new Chevrolet vehicles. We also have a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and expertly staffed service departments for all your repair and maintenance needs. Small-town hospitality, just like your grandfather remembers. That's why people keep coming back, time and time again, for their next new vehicle. Experience small-town service like no one else can deliver at Clemmy Sales in Stratford.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
Welcome back to UW La Crosse, the 2020 Border Battle. This game featuring Minnehaha Academy against La Crosse Central, the Red Raiders. I'm Dan Ross. With me is Paul Jaglinski. Mr. Zaleski is producing for us. Best in the business. Lots of hype for this one. Probably 7,000 people in this gym right now, maybe more. Standing room only, a lot of it. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, standing room only, sitting room only, you name it, Dan. There are definitely people there. But I can tell the folks at home, in case you're taking a look at it, starters tonight for Minnehaha. Number 1, Jaylen Suggs. Number 2, Caden Johnson. Number 3, Tyler Lockett. Number 15, Henry Miller. And number 34, Chet Holmgren. For the La Crosse Central Red Raiders, number 4, Devon Fielding. Number 5, Johnny Davis. Number 15, Charlie Maswick. Number 21, Terrence Thompson. And number 23, Jordan Davis. So, Dan, what are you expecting in this particular ballgame?
Up and down, up and down. Athleticism oozing off the court.
So
high scoring. I don't think this is going to be a 36-34 barn burner.
So you expect a few three-pointers made and a few dunks?
I hope so. That's why we're here.
I think that's what the crowd wants. Just based upon the pregame, the crowd was ready to be entertained, and I think so are we. So we'll do our best on the call. For all those listening, thank you very much for going ahead and starting. We've got 36 minutes of high school basketball in front of us, and the opening tip is underway.
Holmgren wins the tip over Johnny Davis. Minnehaha was going to start with the ball. Holmgren, three-pointer from the corner, no good. We're going to have a foul the other way. Percy Miller pushing off from behind.
Yeah, so that's obviously his first, team first. 12 seconds in before we got our first whistle. So there's an interesting start to the ballgame.
We have a look of full court man, but looks like we're going to go man-to-man in the half court defensively.
Boy, one of the things that jumps out is the length of number 34, Holmgren, compared to the size of number 21, Terrence Thompson. That's going to be an interesting matchup all night long. There's a good tack.
Oh, they're going to
call steps first. Again, I think that's a little pregame excitement. I also think that that's, once again, the length of Holmgren that's showing through.
We can also see early on the officials are really letting him go. There could have been a couple of fouls called in that play, even off the ball, and letting it go.
Yeah, our crew tonight, we've got 2 officials from Reedsburg and 1 from Superior.
Suggs for 3. Misses it long. Terrence Thomas with the rebound.
Crosse brings it up the floor.
Nice baseline cut. They don't count it.
Wow. And now
Caden
we've got
Johnson for 2.
Transition bucket. Boy, that sure looked like goaltending to me, didn't you think, Dan?
Yeah, I thought it was.
You know, I think for an official in this ball game, it's got to be a little bit different to be able to go ahead and see that form of athleticism and above the rim play as well. That's not something you see on an every game basis.
Johnny Davis missed long on the jumper, but a loose ball foul. La Crosse Central is going to go back to Minnehaha.
What'd you think of that whistle?
It seemed to warrant it. I mean, bodies were flying. I'm sure something happened, right?
Absolutely. The indication was that he held them up high, so definitely got involved with it. That's 2 early fouls, 1 on each team to get the game started. 2-0 early, 16-10 on left on the board.
Again, Chet Holmgren, number 34, 7-foot junior, the number 2 recruit in all of the country in class of 2021. And there's a reverse layup by him.
Ooh, that was a pretty attack to the basket.
He is a true 7-footer.
It'll be interesting to see how much his presence.
Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis.
He's got guys hanging off of him.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
They're letting it go.
There's definitely going to be some contact in this game. You've got big athletic kids, got to be able to push through. Good skip pass to the corner.
They're going to get steps.
What's your initial impressions just seeing Jaylen Suggs and the hype that he's had? What's your initial impression as you see him, Dan?
I think everybody's nervous. I think that nerves are all across the board here. You can see the fans across the court. They're sitting on the floor 3 deep. There's not even enough room in the stands for everyone to be here.
Really, when you think about the border battle and the event, what a classic and wonderful showcase for the event to be able to feature 2 such great teams.
There's a steal by Davis. In transition. Ooh. A nice lay-in.
Good, solid finish. Love the way that he used his body to shield so he could get that shot off.
15 minutes left in the first half. This game is 4-4.
Interesting. Not exactly the start that we were thinking. I think both teams are really filling each other out before.
There's Suggs for 3. Misses it short.
Ooh, offensive rebound. Got to box out. Crosse Central clears the board, and up we come.
Johnny Davis to the rim. Block. Follow-up's good.
4 early points for Johnny Davis. Crosse Central leads 6-4.
Yep, and that's going to be a foul on Davis. Suggs kind of sold that one a little bit. But a foul nonetheless.
Team second, Johnny's first. We've got our first substitution in the game for La Crosse Central. Noah Compton comes in the ball game.
Replaces Charlie Masowitz.
And for Minnehaha, it looks like Donovan Smith has entered the game as well.
There's a pull-up NBA 3 by Holmgren, and he buries it. How would you go about trying to contest a shot from a 7-footer that can make it from 24 feet out?
Well, you don't become the number 2 ranked recruit in the 2021 class without a reason. Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough foul.
Boy. Now, that's an interesting case. Let's see what the indication from the official is.
It's on Holmgren.
Talks that he gets him with the body. Okay, so the indication is that he gets with the body.
So if he stays there, is that a foul? Because he's kind of backing up.
Yep, because again, what the official is saying is that he's giving up the legal guarding, and that's what Jaylen's talking to the official about right now. Was it on the arm or the body? And the indication is that he hit him with the body. It's a block.
So Davis makes the first of 2. Ties the game at 7.
When they took on the Miami team the other day, I don't know if it was Jordan or Johnny, but La Crosse won it with 2 late free throws down the stretch after trailing the whole game. So I have a feeling that rebounding and free throws will be very important in today's contest. Sinks them both from the line. With 13:57 left, it's 8-7 La Crosse Central. The amount of length on the floor right now, Dan, is just so impressive. Ooh.
Johnny Davis with the steal. And 2.
Wow. That was a very, very crafty play. Knocked it loose. And I think that Donovan Smith thought that it was going to be just a loose ball, but Johnny picked it up, was able to get to the basket and attack.
Holmgren drives the lane, plows through someone, but the block is called.
Suggs comes back off the floor or to the backcourt limping.
Yeah, it's hobbling. He's been quiet in the early going.
Boy, Chet Holmgren has got a very, very pretty confident stroke.
Charlie Savage returns for Central.
13:30 left on the board. 1 free throw left to be shot. 10-8. La Crosse with the lead. 1 of 2 from the line.
Interesting from the student section across the way, trying to disrupt Holmgren's shooting. He makes the first one and puts a finger to his lips.
Students are into it. It's nice.
There's a pull-up 3.
Johnny Davis.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis for 3. Excuse me.
13-8, La Crosse Central. 13:05 to play in the first half.
I'll be honest, coming into this game, Dan, I didn't know what to expect. I know that
Suggs drives the lane, misses. Holmgren, tip, no good. Going the other way, it's fielding. And Suggs picks his pocket. Showtime!
Oh, we're gonna have to fix the rim. The rim is still the rim is still bent down. Yeah, and the official now has understood it, so he can get it fixed.
Paul, do you want to go down there and fix the rim?
You know, earlier in the pregame, I don't know if there's any video footage to document it, but I did go ahead and get up to knock a loose ball loose. So thankfully, Mr. Davis went ahead and took care of it for us. But if not, I could have stepped away to take care of it for the group. So
it's so far away, though.
Plus, again, I don't want to embarrass the kids. It should be about them tonight, not necessarily about the broadcaster.
It's true. So with 12:29 to play in the first half, La Crosse Central leads Minnehaha 13-10, and La Crosse Central has the ball. And Jordan Davis bringing it up across half court straight.
Both teams seem content to run offense, just playing a solid man-to-man defense.
Yeah, it's a little bit slower paced than a couple of the games that we've seen today, but I still think it's a team's trying to figure each other out a little bit.
Correct. I think what you'll see is that you'll see them be able to score and burst. We've just seen the athleticism will run through.
Foul number 15, Hersey Miller. That's his second. Team's third.
That is a foul number 15, Henry Miller. That is his third. His second, team's third foul. So each team has 3 team fouls. 12-1 on the board, 13-10. La Crosse leading Minnehaha.
There's a quick pull 3 by Jordan Davis, but that's short.
Whoa!
There's a collision.
That
the ball's loose.
We've got
keeps it.
Brothers running into brothers.
Holmgren.
There might be some arguments later. Holmgren for 3.
Man,
what a pretty shot.
He's pure. A pure 7-foot shooter.
He's already driven to the basket on a great drive, so you really can't overplay him. But boy, if you give him space, it is automatic. Very impressive ball player. Very impressive start. As he's got
Thompson for 3, misses. Rebound is cleared by Donovan Smith.
9 early points for Holmgren already.
Holmgren wants the ball. Oh, tried to get it to him. Swings it over to Holmgren. Holmgren drives the lane. He's bodied. He's quick.
He has definitely found a matchup that he wants and is playing with a lot of confidence.
Thompson got called for the foul there.
Boy, with his length.
Quick shot 3,
Quick shot
short.
Look forward. Boy, with Holmgren's length, when he fills in, you got to figure we're going to see him playing in the big leagues one day.
Yeah. Kind of what Dave Donarski said in our pregame show. There's a good chance that we have 3 NBA players playing here tonight.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's exciting. And like I said, for sure, we know we've got 5 Division I ball players, not to mention Division I football players we talked about earlier. The athleticism on the floor and the length is just impressive.
Thompson bodied his way into the lane, missed. Holmgren with the rebound underneath, and now he's going to handle the ball. Brings it up court.
There's a luxury to have a 7-footer that, hey, if we need to break the press, why don't we just give it to our 7-footer?
Lockett shoots a 3. That's missed. Johnny Davis gets the rebound and brings it up the floor. Across the midcourt straight. Little fancy dribbling, and they're going to call a hold on the drive.
See who the foul is going to be on. Number 40.
Foul number 34, Chad Holmgren. That's his second.
That's 2 on Holmgren.
Wow.
Team's fourth.
You know, Dan, one of the factors I wanted to ask you about is that you're playing on a college court, so you've got an extra 10 feet of length, and you've got the college length 3-point arc, which I think naturally forces kids to shoot a little bit deeper. Do you think that's a factor at all in some of the early shots? As Johnny Davis knocks down a nice jumper.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good observation. We've obviously seen at the state basketball tournament where they have the 2 lines that it's kind of distracting. There's a pull-up 3 for Suggs.
Jaylen Suggs
buries it.
Boy, I'll tell you, the stars have shown up early. Johnny Davis has a quick 10 points. Suggs has got 5. And I already talked about the fact that Holmgren's got 9 to get started. So the big names are definitely delivering right off the bat.
Just under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Minnehaha leads 16-15. This is going to be a tight game.
Absolutely. Great game flow. Yeah, and coming into it, Dan, we have heard a lot about Minnehaha. We both wondered, we knew La Crosse Central was good. We didn't know how good, but boy, it looks like it's going to be nip-tuck the whole way.
Thompson's taking a lot of punishment in the lane.
You know, he's playing with his back to his basket, with his back to the basket down there, but there's just so much length.
Ooh. Suggs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a big-time move.
A little shake, a little bake, a step back to create space.
Couldn't quite get it to fall. Almost.
Soft-looking shot, though. Hit just about every portion of the rim. Very impressive. Lacrosse swinging the basketball well, a little top cut action.
And Johnny Davis, pure, with a hand in his face. Hits a 17-footer, puts Lacrosse Central back up by 1, 17-16.
Johnny Davis definitely came to play tonight. Very impressive start. Oh, now we're going to get a foul on Thompson on a push
on Jordan.
On Jordan from behind. That's going to be number 2 on him, I believe, Dan.
Number 23, Jordan Davis. That's his second. Team foul number 5. Caden Johnson and Chet Holmgren.
And with that, Jordan Davis will need to go ahead and come to the bench. So we'll see how that changes the approach and the look for Lacrosse. Same question I asked you earlier today. So now that Jordan has picked up his second foul, is that the last time we see him in the half, or would you bring him back in?
I think it depends. I think it depends on what the game situation is. There's a turnover. Steal by Thompson. Takes it all the way to the basket.
Oh! The follow back, put back. Hello, Johnny Davis. And the crowd loves it. Everybody on their feet, getting up top. We have a 30-second timeout by Minnehaha coach called. We're going to go ahead and take a break.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Welcome back to UW Lacrosse Border Battle 2020. 8:15 left to play in the first half, and we have Lacrosse Central 19, Minnehaha 16. Took a timeout right after the follow-up dunk by Johnny Davis that really lit this place up.
Yeah, I think it was probably a good timeout, Dan. I think at this level, the momentum was real, and this place got electric following the two-hand slam. I think the crowd is really ready to explode, and I think Minnehaha coach Lance Johnson wants to make sure that it's his team that provides the fireworks.
Yeah.
Again, Johnny off to an outstanding start with 14 of the Eagles' first 19.
Suggs driving to the lane, lots of contact. Misses. I think they're going to call a foul on Miller, or a foul on Davis.
Isaiah Davis, that's his first, team's fifth foul, so both teams with only one more to give before the bonus, so that might be a factor as we come down the stretch in the half. And I like the no call on the drive for Suggs. Good verticality, thought he jumped straight up in the air, thought the offensive player initiated the contact. What's your look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can penalize athleticism, right?
Yep, absolutely. And I think both ways you're looking at it. Crosse back on the offensive end, looking to go ahead and run. Looks like they're running a little high-low action, seeing if they can get a post touch. Johnny definitely looking to go ahead and create space.
Crossover. Can't get it to fall. We got a foul underneath on the rebound. Looks like it's going to be on Noah Compton. Team 6.
Number 14, Noah Compton. That's his second. Team foul number 6.
Next player control whistle, we're going to be shooting bonus for Minnehaha, so definitely a factor. We'll see if that changes the way that Central plays on the defensive end, or we'll see if they just continue to be aggressive.
So from an officiating point of view, knowing how big this game is and all the people and how it's not a playoff game, does that change how officials treat star players?
You know, I think in general, as an official, for speaking for myself personally, I always like to go ahead and give the player that people came to see the benefit of the doubt. We want to keep them on the floor, but a foul is a foul. If the player is going to have a hit, or if there's going to be a player safety issue, or if it's just something that needs to be called, you got to put the air in the whistle no matter what the number on the jersey is.
Makes sense. So Suggs brings the ball up the floor, down by 3, 6:48 left in the first half.
You know, Dan, it's interesting when you watch Suggs. Boy, that's a great cross-court look. Oh, and once again, our rim is hanging down. He'll need to go ahead and stop if they catch it, because if not, our rim is on the other end is not
snapped back into place.
Thompson, nice post move. Tries to go through Holmgren. That's going to be off his foot, out of bounds. Maybe they should fix this rim at halftime.
Again, I'm blaming the gentleman that was out there shooting with me beforehand for hanging on the rim. He's got a mad vertical. Our producer really gets up and was hanging on the rim. It's probably his fault. I don't know if anybody caught that on the broadcast or not, but Chet Holmgren just went over, didn't even jump. He just put his hands up and fixed the rim. The length and reach on that young man is impressive.
His reach is literally 3 feet higher than mine, probably. More, maybe more.
But I would venture to guess that he's also faster than you as well. So so you have that going for you.
He is actually probably more athletic than me in every way that you can write down on a piece of paper.
But you do have your own fantasy football podcast, so I
do.
I don't think he's got that going for him. So Minnehaha back on the offensive end, trailing by 3 with 6:12 to go, 19-16. La Crosse Central with the lead.
Yeah, La Crosse Central is starting to push Minnehaha out past the arc a little bit more than earlier on.
Again, Dan, I think you can see that college length court is forcing. Ooh, good tip ball in the backcourt. I think you can see that college length 3 is forcing the players to find that deeper three-point line and then drift a foot or two back. I think that's contributing to some of the difficulty to knock down shots. I wonder if as the players get a little bit more comfortable with the court, if that will improve.
Suggs checks back into the game. Takes the place of Prince Aglaby. Holmgren has the ball 25 feet from the rim, trying to set up the offense.
Yeah, it's one thing we talked about it all day long. With modern high school basketball, typically you think 7-footers are going to go down in the lane, but that does not appear to be the case with Holmgren or a lot of the bigs that we've seen today.
Suggs turns the ball over, trying to force it into Holmgren. Didn't work. Johnny Davis with a floater.
Wow, that is that is shades of a French Lick, Indiana legend named Larry Bird on that
with
shot.
A spin move. The basket in the arm.
Holmgren says, I see you. I got an answer for you.
Looks like it's going to be on Masowitz.
Interesting to see Jordan Davis go ahead and enter the ball game with 5'11" and 2 fouls. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we come down the stretch.
Yeah. A lot of players are smart enough to understand what their position is. If they have 2 fouls, they know that they probably can't get a third one, so maybe they don't play as tough defense underneath, or maybe they kind of hide them on defense a little bit if they have to.
Holmgren knocks in the free throw, 21-19, 5 minutes, 10 seconds left as La Crosse Central brings the ball up the floor. And back and forth we go.
I think we talk a lot about these teams' offensive abilities, but defensively, they are just as tough.
Yeah, absolutely. 21-19 with the athleticism on the floor. You see very few people getting beat to the basket. You see very little hands in some of the things you see with maybe some slower players. So you use that athleticism very well on both ends. I think that's a great observation, Dan.
All right, so it was thrown off the backboard. Suggs got it back, lost control of it. The officials call it Minnehaha ball. They're talking it over.
It didn't really look like an alley-oop. It certainly wasn't a shot. I'm not sure.
It looked like it was a pass that got away from him, maybe.
Yeah, I think it just slipped out of his hands, maybe. You know, just looking at the ball, I don't know if that ball was a little slick or what exactly happened there, but that was an unusual sequence.
Suggs from way downtown buries it.
Boy, he's got a nice stroke, stepped into that with confidence.
Yep. Minnehaha takes their first lead in a while, 22-21, 4:18 left to play in the first half.
Boy, and all of a sudden, Dan, the whistles have quieted down. We're just playing basketball. I really like the game flow the officials have got going on right now.
Yeah, but that's a little bit too much.
Yep. Now, again, if Caden Johnson wants to do that at Madison next year, we would definitely welcome that on the field to tackle the running back. But unfortunately, it doesn't work with the shooting guard.
It doesn't. That was Caden Johnson's first foul.
And then it's a team 6, so every
both
player
teams in the
controls fall from each on out. We are shooting.
Johnny Davis, that was not a good pass.
Yep.
That was a good patch, just a bad decision. It was on target, but too many hands.
If it wasn't for the Minnehaha player standing in his way, I think it was a good look.
Yeah.
That's
a nice dish.
Nifty dish by number 15, Henry Miller.
Yeah, Caden Johnson with the finish. 3-point Minnehaha lead. Kind of going on a little bit of a run here. Which is something because Jordan Davis came back on the floor. He hasn't made an impact so far.
I think one of the things that you've seen is a switch of a miss.
Oh. Yep, Jordan Davis finds his brother underneath for 2.
It's a slip. One of the things that you notice that Minnehaha does is they put Jaylen Suggs now on Johnny Davis, and that definitely seems to have created.
Suggs in the corner, assist Holmgren.
Uno, dos, tres, says Mr. Suggs. 27-23, Minnehaha with the lead, 3 minutes to go in the first half. Well played, quick moving first half too, I'd like to add.
That's just Jordan Davis backing down the opponent and making a shot. Sometimes the offense can just be give it to your D1 player and let him score.
It's a good problem to have.
That was interesting. So Suggs went baseline, and I thought the official was going to let the foul go and let him get to the rim. But they called it way before the shot.
Yeah, what's interesting is, again, we talked about the importance of having a patient whistle as an official to look at gather point. I think if he holds that for a half second, we're looking at an and one opportunity. If not, now we're shooting a 1-on-1 bonus. So obviously the official felt like there was some form of displacement on the way in, but I thought, to your point, he could have definitely let him play through that. And he misses the front side of the
front side, yep. So La Crosse Central down by 2. 27-25 with the ball. Nice backup, but the pass didn't make it all the way through. And they're going to call an offensive foul, bringing the ball up.
Jaylen does
with
not.
The elbow as he went past him.
Jaylen does not like that call, but Johnny Davis immediately felt like that was the right call. So a little posturing back and forth with the officiating crew. Didn't have too much of a problem with it. Felt like Jaylen definitely created some advantage and some space.
Yeah.
Because that's a team control foul versus a player control foul. We're not shooting bonus. So La Crosse Central ball, still down 2, 2:27 to go.
Davis with a shot, missed. And Johnny Davis going to pick up his second.
Yep, that's going to be 2 on Johnny Davis.
Yep, and Holmgren's going to shoot the bonus.
Foul number 5, Johnny Davis, his second. Team foul number 9, Charlie Savage into the central lineup, replacing Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis is probably done for the half.
Yeah, we'll be curious to see on who picks up the offensive slack, as he's got 18 of their 25 points.
Well, there's 2 other D1 athletes that could probably do so.
This is true. Boy, Chet Holmgren misses the front side of a bonus. La Crosse Central has dodged a couple bullets as the front sides of the last 2 1-on-1s have been missed. In a game like this, leaving points on the board does not seem like a good strategy.
So Central has the ball, just over 2 minutes to play, down by 2, 27-25.
Dan, as we're talking, it's just amazing to see more and more and more people continue to file in.
I know. So a little miscommunication there between Jordan Davis and it looks like Terrence Thompson.
And then Terrence Thompson gets called for the push from behind on the rebound.
All right, double bonus.
Thompson, that's his second.
Holmgren's coming back to the line to shoot 2.
Interestingly enough, we've got 2 on Terrence Thompson, 2 on Jordan Davis, 2 on Johnny Davis, 2 on Chet Holmgren, and 1 on Jaylen Suggs. So all of the Division I athletes are getting into the foul mix.
Another missed free throw. They've missed 3 in a row. The second one's up and good. That makes it a 3-point Minnehaha lead. Minute 50 left in the first half.
Be really curious to see here if either Thompson or Davis picks up his third before the half, or if that's the case. And if you're Lacrosse, would you potentially attack Holmgren with the idea in mind of trying to get his third before the half?
Oh!
Nope. A huge three in the corner from number 25. Unfortunately, we don't have a 25 on our program.
1:25 left in the first half, and we are tied at 28. Compton's coming back into the game.
Noel Compton checks in for Central.
It's going to replace Porter Spataski. Almost like a offense-defense switch there.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a little backcourt pressure. I'll be curious to see if Lacrosse holds it for one or if they just continue to attack. Looks like they're going to go ahead and run some offense, so I assume if they get a look, they're going to take it. Wide open three for number 15, Maswick. Fortunately off the back iron, and here comes Minnehaha up the floor.
Suggs, quick first step, gets to the rim, and lays it in.
And one.
Ball number 25, Colin Adams. That's his first.
Sounds like number 25's name is Colin Adams.
Donovan Smith.
That is his first foul.
For Minnehaha.
Suggs has got the bucket to fall, and he'll be shooting one for an old-fashioned three-point play.
What'd you think about that call? Because the shot was already off, and he kind of landed on the guy that was standing underneath.
Yeah, you know, again, you can say that the defensive player didn't give him an opportunity to land, or because he already had the made bucket, I think that's a spot where he had some contact and was probably a play on. I think you could have gone either way. But again, you want to err on the side of player safety.
Yep. So Johnny Davis checks back into the game, which makes me feel like this might be the last shot of the half.
It also makes me feel like coach feels like this is an important possession to get it back to or a 30 or a 31, a tie ball game or a down by one possession. Wants to make sure he's got his best offensive lineup on the floor.
Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do is turn the ball over and have Johnny get his third foul.
Looks like they're trying to get it to Johnny, but Suggs does a great job in terms of going ahead and denying him. Oh.
And just a little bit too much hands, Prince Aglaby.
Yeah, he had 15 flustered, but definitely went ahead and just got a little bit too aggressive.
I assume Johnny Davis will be coming out of the game here. Offense, defense, sub. That's the case. Looks like we got, is that Masowitz at the line?
1-1, Charlie Masavage.
Yep, Masavage at the line. Holmgren back in the game. So I would venture to guess this will be Minnehaha's last possession as well.
Free throws missed, and that's going to go out of bounds to Minnehaha.
I think that's the right call. Two officials conferred with one another. The trail went ahead and indicated, lead nodded. I think that's good communication by them. 18.5 seconds left, 3-point lead. I don't expect Minnehaha to be in any type of hurry here.
So Jaylen Suggs brings the ball up the floor. There's a good chance that he's going to take this last shot. And he does put it up from about 24, just missed. 2 seconds left. Will he get a shot off? He does. It looks good. Almost goes
the back
in.
iron.
All right, it is halftime. What a half of basketball. Minnehaha 31, Lacrosse Central 28. We'll kick it to commercial. We'll be back with some halftime stats right after this.
Rally at the Alley tonight at Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville. Strike Time Lanes open at 4 Monday through Friday and 11 Saturday and Sunday. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Cheer on the team tonight and then rally at the Alley after the game. Strike Time Lanes is your Packers headquarters on Sunday. Enter to win a flat screen TV. Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville is also your place for Fish Fry Friday. Rally at the Alley tonight and every night at Strike Time Lanes.
Taqueria El Sol sirve la comida mexicana más auténtica en Wisconsin Central. Taqueria El Sol está en Marshfield en Avenida South Central y calle 17. Está abierta cada día. Taqueria El Sol prepara salsa y guacamole cada día. y tiene un menú con muchas recetas familiares de México.
Taquería El Sol tiene una tienda de comestibles también. Se venden comidas mexicanas secas, refrigeradas y congeladas para ayudarle a servir la comida mexicana, la más auténtica en Wisconsin Central. Taquería El Sol en la avenida South Central in Marshfield.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
All right, we are back. Halftime of the Border Battle 2020 between Minnehaha Academy and La Crosse Central Red Raiders. Paul has halftime stats for us.
Well, Dan, so as expected, Johnny Davis leads the way for La Crosse Central as he's got 18 first half points. Interestingly enough, no made threes for him, just a real solid half of hoops. Jordan Davis also has 5, and Braden Cooper has a 3 from the corner as well for La Crosse Central. For Minnehaha, only 3 players have scored, but the 3 have really contributed that we expected they would. Jaylen Suggs leads the way with 14 points in the books. Chet Holmgren has got 13. And Caden Johnson, the other Badger football recruit, has got 4. So 31-28, pretty solid first half. In the pregame, we had an opportunity to catch up with Minnehaha coach Lance Johnson, and we asked him if he could go ahead and describe his team for us and talk a little bit about the opportunity to have Jaylen Suggs on his team. So with that in mind, we want to go ahead and share his comments with you. Okay, well, really a treat for us here at UW La Crosse as we get ready for the big matchup today. Dan and I are speaking with the Minnehaha coach, Lance Johnson. So, Coach, thank you so much for going ahead and taking a few minutes for us today. What can you tell us about your team?
First of all, thanks for having me. We love La Crosse. We've been here for a few years and just love the community. We love the not only the border battle, which I don't know when the last border battle was, but we come here every year for the Midwest Players Classic, which is just a great event. My team, well, we're talented. We're big. We're fast. When we play team basketball, we can beat most any team in the country. And when we don't play team basketball, we can lose to most any team in the country. so that's what we're looking at. I mean, we're a collection of kids that some have played together for a number of years and some have not. And even to this date, 2 months into the season, we're still kind of trying to create our identity and find out who we are as a team.
Coach, you have a player on your team, Jaylen Suggs, that obviously has got a lot of national notoriety, signed with Gonzaga. What type of kid is he, and what is it like coaching a player like that?
It's been fabulous. Jaylen's been at Minnehaha since 6th grade, and he's been on our varsity team since 7th grade. So he actually was our second leading scorer as a 7th grader.
Wow.
So we're dealing with a true talent. Off the court, he's phenomenal. He's a excellent student. He's articulate. He's kind to people. He's humble. On the court, he is a competitor. I guess the best word I can say. I've never ever seen a kid that is as competitive as Jaylen.
That's awesome. Coach, looking up and down your roster, you obviously have great height. I see you actually have an 8th grader on your team. Who are a few other players on your team we should know about or that we'll know about going forward?
Well, you've probably all heard of Chet Holmgren.
Absolutely.
He's rated number 2 in the class of 2021 in the nation. He is definitely a unique player in that he is 7 foot. He is athletic. He can jump. He is long. He's probably the best shot blocker that I've ever seen in my life. And he's, for us, kind of the anchor of a defense which allows us to gamble and to try to get in passing lanes. and funnel people to him and let him kind of take care of the back end.
Gotcha. That's excellent. Dan, anything else that you'd like to ask?
What's been the highlight of the season so far for you, Coach?
For me, it's been, and it started with the game at Onalaska. We had a bad December and came together. Onalaska was a really good team, and we knew it when we were playing them. I don't think that people at that time, at least in our area, knew who Onalaska was. But after the first half, I said to my assistant coach, we're playing a great team. And we were able to kind of get out of there with a win. They had a shot at beating us. And since that point, we kind of have done a lot better. Like I said before, when we play as a team, we're really good. And we've really started to come together as a team, and I think that's what I'm most proud of.
How tough is it with all the recruits, highly touted players? How hard is it to keep a team cohesive through all of that?
It's different and difficult at times. But I guess the way that I've looked at it is that this is for me maybe a once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Yeah.
You know, we've always been a competitive basketball program, but how many coaches are blessed with 2 potential McDonald's All-Americans in successive years? And so I have to look at it that at times it's a hassle and maybe a little bit more work than what my 58-year-old body wants to put forth. But it probably is never going to happen again. And kind of keeps me kind of directed in the right way, too. This is a blessing.
That's outstanding. Well, Coach, I know that you've got a big coach and get ready for, so thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you, not only in this game, but for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
thank you.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
Nuts Deep in Marshfield and Spencer is open now for Friday Fish Fry. Get to Nuts Deep now, get your fish fry, and watch this game. That's right, have your fish and watch the game. You get it all at Nuts Deep. You can also visit Nuts Deep Express Grab and Go in Marshfield, just south of 14th Street on South Central Avenue. Nuts Deep is open late after the game. We'll see you there.
Grosse Motors of Neillsville is your Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer in central Wisconsin. Grosse Motors of Neillsville is located on Highway 10 East in Neillsville and is ready for you to take a test drive today. See their inventory of Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles in person and browse over 700 vehicles online at grossauto.com. Grosse Motors of Neillsville is your central Wisconsin Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer. Again, that's grossauto.com.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
For me, college is about more than hitting the books. And at Mid-State Technical College, I get the whole college experience. Live in a dorm? Bam. There's a meal plan? Tasty. I could join a student organization? Hi. Or intramural sports. Plus, I can study abroad while earning college credit. And the cost for all of this? No brainer. So don't wait. Apply today.
Are you living with a prosthesis that is causing discomfort or pain? You have options, and I'm here to help. Hi, my name is Shai. I'm the owner of Next Step Prosthetics in Marshfield. You have a choice where you go for prosthetic care. My focus and specialty is providing a prosthesis that you enjoy wearing to help you get your life back. Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Let's take the next step together to a better life.
With more winter snow on the way, make your way to Chili Implement. Chili Implement, located conveniently between Marshfield and Chili, just north of Highway 10, is ready to help you make snow removal easier. Visit Chili Implement and see how their complete selection of Kubota and Cub Cadet snow removal machines will simplify your winter. Chili Implement open Monday through Saturday for sales, service, and parts. Chili Implement will also help you finance your next purchase. You can also see more at chiliimplement.com.
Witness the difference of a Catholic education at Columbus Catholic Schools.
I think everyone should just know what makes this place special.
Come and see. That's just what the Lord always said, and put your toe in the water. There are great schools, and it's a good fit. I'd always want them to come and to just feel the goodness and the family atmosphere.
I invite everyone just to come in and see what it's about and to see if it might be right for them and their family.
We invite you to schedule a tour today.
All right, welcome back to the 2020 Border Battle here at UW La Crosse. We move venues during the day. We're here at La Crosse because we needed more seats to fill lots of people here. I'm Dan Ross. With me is Paul Jaglinski. Jason Zaleski producing the best in the business. So talking about Border Battle, for what we've seen so far today, we started out early this morning, 10 a.m. We saw Stratford defeat Spring Grove 60-39. Kind of a more methodical game. Stratford controlled the game with their size and tempo, followed by a really entertaining Lake City team out of Minnesota that won 99-68 over the Brookfield Academy. Brookfield Academy is a good team, so Lake City winning by 31 is really impressive.
Yeah, Nate Heisey in that game, number 3 for them, a Northern Iowa recruit, really put on a show, a wonderful shooting display.
Yep. The 115 game was Rochester Mayo, won 93-83 over Eau Claire North in what was a really fun up and down game.
Eau Claire North Division I commit to UW Milwaukee, Dalton Banks, had 46 in that game. He really was an impressive ball player as well.
Yeah, 46 points against a good opponent is incredible. The 245 game saw Matamidi defeat Kaukauna 69-68. Jacob Newhouse from Kaukauna missed a game-winning shot at the buzzer. And then our last game, 415, it was Austin, Minnesota, really dominating Milwaukee, Washington for most of that game. They ended up with a final of 82-53. So through 5 games so far, Minnesota has essentially won the Border Battle. They're up 4-1. It takes 4 to win. But speaking specifically about this game, what has impressed you the most between these two teams or individual players?
You know, Dan, I think the athleticism on the floor of all 10 kids is significantly greater than anything we've seen today. We've seen some outstanding Division I and Division II college athletes earlier in the day, but the drop between them and the 10th kid on the floor was significant. In this ball game, the athleticism up and down from player 1-2 to player 9-10 is just impressive, and I think we've seen it defensively. I think we've seen it offensively, and I expect a real entertaining second half. So what I'd ask you is, so if you're both sides, what do you expect in the second half? Any adjustments or anything that you'll think that we'll see different?
I think that both teams are good enough where they're going to keep doing what they're good at. I expect a really tight game going forward. Should come right down to the end, and I'm really looking forward to the second half.
By the way, before we get started, in regards to the end of that Kaukauna game, I don't remember if it was Michael Scott or Wayne Gretzky that said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So
actually, both have said that. I saw it on TV.
So we're getting ready to get underway. It's going to be La Crosse Central ball to open up. They're going to be trailing by 3, 31-28. 18 minutes to go in the second half, and we are officially underway.
Johnny Davis, a really good pass to Thompson, but it was tipped away. And we're going to have a steal going the other way with Jordan Davis, but a foul first. on Prince Aglaby.
You know, Dan, we saw this game get off to a little bit of a tough start. Both teams came out and had quite a few turnovers to begin. La Crosse Central had 7 first-half turnovers, and Minnehaha had 7 first-half turnovers. La Crosse Central had 5, and again, we're seeing just a little bit of nerves, I think, to start the second half again.
So a scrum for the ball. Thompson comes out with it, throws it into the corner for fielding, but back out top is Johnny Davis. Thompson, top of the key, finds it the near side of Johnny Davis to his brother underneath for an easy 2.
Boy, the elevation to be able to get up, turn around, and knock that shot down is impressive.
31-30, Minnehaha, 17:05 to play in the game. Holmgren has the ball. He pulls up. That is a 2. It's hard to tell because the high school arc is a little bit faded in color here.
Dan, I think you asked in the first half. I'll ask you again. How do you stop that shot?
I have no idea. I hope he misses. Or when he goes up to shoot, you tickle him quick.
Coochie-coo!
Yeah.
Would that be the coochie-coo defense? I like it.
Drive in, that's a nice floater for Jordan Davis.
Boy, Jordan Davis, after a little bit of a slow start, has really found the rhythm as he's picked up 4 quick points right here to start the second half.
Oh, they're going to call a block.
So
fielding.
Good job by the lead official to hit that whistle and hold to see if somebody else had a different look. Really surprised he didn't come out and go the other way on that.
I was surprised they called anything, honestly. I thought it might be one of these where it's kind of going backwards. There wasn't a whole lot of contact. Didn't affect the shot too much. So Aglaby is at the line shooting a pair.
Yeah, certainly a tough call on fielding. But, you know, that's why they give you 5 as opposed to only 1. And like I said, Coach seemed to get his explanation. He seemed okay with it. We're moving on.
Aglaby shooting his second. Hits back iron.
You know, Dan, we'll see if that comes back to hurt them down the stretch. But Minnehaha now is 5 for 10 from the free throw line. 50%. Typically in a big game, 50% from the free throw line doesn't get it done. We'll see if they miss those points down the stretch.
Yeah, a lot of times you see that in big field houses, but this isn't really necessarily that, right? Where you have a lot of space behind the rim.
Oh, that's going to be Holmgren's 3rd foul as Johnny Davis secured the offensive board and attacked him on the putback. What did you think of the call?
Yeah, I think it was a good call. I think that Johnny Davis has been the best player on the floor so far tonight, both teams included, and he just out-hustled the opponent for the rebound.
Badger fans are going to be excited about that. However, Johnny steps to the line and misses the first free throw.
He might fit right in.
Now that's not nice. Not necessarily untrue, just not nice.
So Johnny Davis is going to shoot his second. Misses it short.
Misses them both. Again, both teams might be kicking themselves at the end of this game for points left.
They're going to call steps on Suggs.
We're going to have a travel. Yep, and I think that's an excellent call. I know that Jaylen doesn't like that call, Dan, but I think he definitely took that 3rd step. On the backside, we had a big block by Davis, but again, steps had already been called by that point, so no reason to talk about the goaltend.
Jordan Davis getting hounded. Johnny to the basket. Nice hesitation, up and in.
Johnny with a great attack. Really an explosive first step. 34-34, 15:30 to go. Minnehaha back on the ball, back on offense.
Suggs, a 20-foot post-entry pass gets through. It's missed. And Aglaby's called for another foul.
That is going to be Aglaby's 3rd foul, and that is already the 3rd foul on Minnehaha here in the second half. We'll see coming down the stretch in a close game, but certainly the opportunity to get to the line and shoot free throws may be a factor as we come down the stretch.
Do you think the officials are calling the game a little bit different, or do you think it's just a matter that they're bruising a little bit more?
I think that both teams have come out a little bit more aggressive than they were. Let's see how it's called, because again, there's a little bit of a contact where they're allowing them to play through. I think the calls they've had have been pretty significant contact fouls.
Thompson for 3 at the extra pass. Misses. That's a big board. by Masevich.
Interesting to see the crowd start to come alive and be a little bit more pro La Crosse Central. Do you think that there's a little bit of an underdog factor with La Crosse Central?
Yeah, I think so. I really think so. I mean, Minnehaha gets the national coverage, right? And obviously that's going to not rub guys the wrong way necessarily.
Ooh.
There are bodies flying all over the place.
Boy, I'll tell you what, both teams, not only a little bit sloppy, but both teams are definitely pressing and playing a little bit more aggressive right now.
Looks like the foul's on Johnny Davis.
Foul number 5, Johnny Davis, his third, team's second.
And that's kind of going to be the storyline here the rest of the way.
Johnson shoots 2.
Johnny Davis has his third personal foul.
Team's second foul. Kane Johnson to the line, shooting a pair.
The first one's good.
Palmley knocks down the first dunk. 35-34, 14:49 here left in the ball game.
Terry Lockett's going to check into the game for Aglaby. Looks like Donovan Smith has also entered the game for Hersey Miller for Minnehaha. The second free throw is up and missed. It looked like maybe the shooter came across early, but the official did not call it.
Yeah, so just for your fans at home, from an official standpoint, anybody at the free throw line or behind or the three-point line has to wait till it hits the rim. The players in the lane spaces are obviously able to go ahead and play the release, so I agree he was in early. Thompson with an easy miss, Holmgren down the other end, and a transition
that's
three.
Unreal.
That's not fair. 7-footers are not supposed to be able to do that.
And Holmgren's going to get teed up for talking to the central bench.
Wow. Wow.
That's his fourth, right?
That is that is a team foul, and it is also a personal foul. That is a huge foul.
Yeah, he made the three, ran down the court, and had words for every single guy in the central bench down here. And he got rung up for it.
Okay, so officials coming over to report it. We've got a technical foul on number 34.
That'll be his fourth personal foul.
So again, to confirm, fans, the technical foul will count as a personal foul. So it will essentially mean that Holmgren now has 4. I'll be curious to see if Coach leaves him on the floor or not. And Johnny Davis will go to the line. We're going to get 2 shots, and La Crosse Central is going to enter the ball at half court.
Yeah, it is getting really chippy right now.
Yeah, sometimes you'd like to see them go ahead and play through it, but in that case, there was a definite clear taunt. I think that's probably a good proactive whistle, just to kind of say, hey, young man, you're a heck of a ball player, but let's not do that.
Yeah, and he wasn't motioning to them. He was obviously talking, and he wasn't yelling. It just looked like he was kind of talking as he walked past them after hitting the three. For that official, it was too much. Unfortunately, we're not going to see him probably for the next 6-7 minutes.
Yeah, and when he does come back in, being a big down low, you would think that La Crosse would try to attack him and take him out. We'll see how that changes the approach, because I know that Coach Johnson had said that he was a big cog as part of their defensive mentality.
Yep. And Jordan Davis lost that ball in the air, and they're going to say that it was poked away.
So 5 team fouls already on La Crosse Central, 14-11 to go in a 2-point game. It appears like bonus free throws will be a factor down the stretch.
Yeah, it could be. Johnny Davis, free throw line extended jumper, elevates over for 2.
That is a pretty looking jump shot.
We're tied up at 38, 14 minutes left, and Suggs goes all the way to the rim. He can't get it to fall.
Boy, an explosive step, and then he pokes it away from behind.
No, Johnny Davis to his brother, past to Thompson underneath, and he is going to the line to shoot 2.
That's good.
Number 12, Isaiah Davis, that's his second. Team foul number 6 at the line for Central.
That's the 6th foul on Minnehaha, so Central is in the bonus the rest of the way. 13:49 to play in the game. That's a long time to be shooting free throws.
Thompson calmly knocks down the first one.
Prince Oligbe returns for the Red Hawks, replacing Lockett.
You know, so Dan, knowing that Minnehaha is now essentially in the penalty or in the bonus the rest of the way. What type of adjustments do you make if you're Minnehaha?
I think it'll be interesting. I mean, it seems like, Minnehaha has been here before, right? I mean, they played a national schedule. I don't think there's any panic in them.
Great attack and finish by Isaiah Davis.
So I think Minnehaha's going to just stick to what they do best, which is playing man-to-man defense and try to limit fouls where they can. There's a three in the corner. Oh, just missed by Masevich. In transition, little alley-oop.
Starting to see that athleticism from Minnehaha come through.
Yep.
Percy Miller with a great transition finish.
So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
All right, we're back here at UW La Crosse for the 2020 Border Battle on Zaleski Sports. 13-18 left to play in the game. Minnehaha clinging to a 3-point lead, 42-39. Central is going to inbound the ball, having to go the length of the court, and Minnehaha is showing full court pressure.
Yeah, interesting to see. Like I said, following the technical foul, Minnehaha seems to have been refocused and has gone on a little bit of a run. Now they're going to choose to pressure the ball full court. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, generally when you're in foul trouble, you don't like to go full court, but it was just a token full court man. Terrence Thompson, what a play out of the timeout.
Outstanding pick and roll, split to the middle. Terrence Thompson uses that great athleticism to go ahead and finish. 41-42, 12:51 to go, 1-point contest. Minnehaha with the lead and the basketball.
Oh, wow. What a move!
Jaylen Suggs, hello. What an outstanding baseline attack and an athletic finish. You know, one thing about a player like Suggs is that he's so athletic, he can finish from so many angles, Dan. It's just a wonderful luxury to have.
Yeah, his head was behind the backboard there. Most of his body was behind the backboard.
Yeah, outstanding control. Give and go.
It looked like it was pushed in the back. It doesn't matter.
Speaking of a finish from outstanding angles, how about a left-hand finish from Johnny Davis from another tough angle?
They're going to count it. That foul's going to be on Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis is third. Team's third.
Well, much to the chagrin of the crowd, we have an and one finish.
Suggs and Johnny Davis, both ends of the floor.
Interesting, explosive athletic move. I'll tell you what, you get that speed and athleticism. A great back and forth battle between those two young men right now.
Both putting their team on their shoulders right now. Suggs to complete the three-point play, can't get it. Another missed free throw. 46-43, Minnehaha over La Crosse Central. 12:05 to play in the game. We got Johnny Davis elevating again. Just missed. The tip can't go. Rebound comes down to Suggs, who takes the ball up the floor himself. This time he's going to pull up from NBA range. Can't get it to go. It's tipped out. Suggs will get it. He drives to the basket. Tipped away. On rebound. He gets the basket in the harm.
Terrence Thompson's not going to like that foul, but he definitely caught him with the body. And Jaylen Suggs just flat out hustled La Crosse Central for that ball on the rebound and then on the putback as well. He didn't give up on the play. He didn't get frustrated with the official. He didn't get the call. And that's why he's standing at the line with a chance to go ahead and extend this lead to a 6-point game.
He essentially got 2 or 3 rebounds on that one possession, just because he wanted it more.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, his motor is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you can say whatever you want about his athleticism and his skill, but that was just heart. This time he completes the 3-point play. 49-43, Central down by 6, 11:40 to play.
unlike the earlier games today, Dan, we have not seen a lot of made three-point field goals, which is a little bit surprising, at least considering how Lake City and some of the other teams that we saw earlier in the day that were so impressive.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is just athleticism on the defensive end as well. Johnny Davis, a great take, but he just cannot get it to fall. Now we're in transition, going the other way.
Johnny felt like he got fouled there, was definitely looking for a call from the official.
Percy Miller for three, can't get it to go. Rebound's batted around, and it's taken down by Isaiah Davis. Suggs, corner three, can't get it to go. And Thompson's going to corral the rebound.
Maybe it's just me, but it looks like La Crosse Central looks a little winded right now. Kind of surprised that coach doesn't maybe consider a timeout or maybe an easy play to get a bucket.
What are we going to call here? We're going to call a foul on Colin Adams? What do you think about that?
Foul number 25, Colin Adams, his second.
You know, Jaylen looks like he took a pretty good shot, and the shot was definitely through the contact. So given the outcome of the play, I think it's probably a pretty good call.
All right, we got a full timeout for La Crosse Central, so we'll take a 60-second break, and we'll see you right back.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Clemmy Sales in Stratford is your hometown Chevrolet dealer. You won't get any high-pressure sales tactics from us. We simply offer great deals on quality, brand-new Chevrolet vehicles. We also have a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and expertly staffed service departments for all your repair and maintenance needs. Small-town hospitality, just like your grandfather remembers. That's why people keep coming back, time and time again, for their next new vehicle. Experience small-town service like no one else can deliver at Clemmy Sales in Stratford.
We are back on Zaleski Sports here at the 2020 Border Battle. This game between Crosse Central and Minnehaha. There's a three ball from Terry Lockett.
And all of a sudden, this game has become a 9-point contest at 52-43. La Crosse Central definitely needs to settle down and definitely needs a bucket.
And that's going to be Agleby's fourth, I believe.
Wow. You know, Agleby doesn't care for it, but here's the thought on that, Dan, is that it's a freedom of movement foul. He doesn't give him anywhere to go. I really like that call by the official.
Jaylen Suggs returns.
Yeah, Agleby's going to be out of the game for the next 5-6 minutes probably, especially with the lead.
Nice to see Suggs return as well. When we went to the timeout break, Suggs seemed to be
gimped a little bit.
Yeah, gimped and winded a little bit.
The front end of the bonus is good. Jordan Davis. I've been impressed with Jordan Davis.
Yeah,
tonight.
You know, I know that Johnny gets a lot of the publicity, but I thought Jordan has played a very solid game. I agree with you, Dan.
So we are at 10:22 to play in the game. Minnehaha 52, Central 45. Minnehaha going to run their offense against the man-to-man defense of La Crosse Central.
Dan, I believe he made both of those free
That's
throws.
gonna be a
I wonder
double
if that score is going to eventually need to be changed, because with making both free throws, wasn't that... No, he did make them both, 45. Excuse me, that is correct.
Well, you are the one with the scorebook, my friend.
I am correct.
You are the one with all the ink on your hands.
Well, again, not a lot of lead left in the pencil at this point of the day, so math is hard. But the scoreboard is correct, 10 minutes to go, 7-point ball game.
Johnny Davis, hesitation. The pump fake can't get it to go. Caden Johnson's going to corral the rebound.
Again, just the pure length and athleticism of Minnehaha, making it tough to find an open look from outside of the arc or inside of the arc for La Crosse Central.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Central has to make a little bit of a push here. Can't let this thing get to double figures and more.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing with Central is I'm not sure that they found a good offensive rhythm yet.
That was a really good take by Percy Miller. to get into the lane. That one's also on Colin Adams.
His third.
That's his third, team 6. So from here on out, a foul either way should result in bonus free throws for both teams. So with 9:27, this half has a little different feel than what the first half did coming down the stretch.
Well, nobody wants to see a free throw game, but if the teams are going to continue to press up, we're going to get called for fouls.
Absolutely.
It does seem like the game's being called a little bit tighter this half.
Absolutely, and you know, I thought maybe both teams came out a little bit more aggressive, but there's been a few calls now where I feel like whistles that weren't being called in the first half are definitely being blown.
So the lead has ballooned to 9, 54-45, Minnehaha, 9:21 left to play in the game. Little give and go. Looks like Johnny Davis misses the layup. He's just padding his rebounding stats, right?
It's one of those deals where got the putback, he was frustrated with himself, laid it in, no harm. Back to a 7-point game.
Backdoor move for Terry Lockett.
Terry Lockett with a nice backdoor layup, and we're back to a 9-point contest, 56-47.
It was a great find by Suggs.
Again, good things happen when you move without the basketball.
Yep.
Boy, Davis is just getting, I was just going to say, Davis is just getting absolutely held in the post by Terry Lockett. That's a very obvious call.
His first, team's 8.
That'll be Lockett's first foul and the 8th team foul on Minnehaha.
1-1, Jordan Davis.
No, Dan, as Jordan lines up and I look through the roster, one of the things I wanted to ask you about is that Minnehaha actually has a guard on the team, number 22, who is an 8th grader. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that if 8th grader is talented enough to play, let him play. It's not a WIAA rule, right? It's a Minnesota state rule. You could play for WIAA, but you only get your 4 years of eligibility. In Minnesota, I believe you get 6 years.
It was interesting. Coach Johnson, as Suggs lines up a 3 and misses long. It was interesting. Coach Johnson had mentioned, transition, Suggs. Wow, lots of contact in the open floor that they let go, but it doesn't matter. Charlie
Masavage for 2.
Gathered, got the bucket.
Yep. He got the ball, he gathered, did a good job elevating and making the shot.
Played through some contact, 56-49, back to a 7-point game.
Turnover
across Central.
Hit
There
off
we go.
A foot. And Central kind of feel it shifting a little bit here. Johnny Davis trying to get it to Jordan, does, but he's fouled.
That's going to be on Suggs, I believe.
Yep.
And that'll be his 3rd.
Call number 1, Jaylen Suggs, his 3rd.
His 3rd, team 9th. So
now into the game comes Holmgren. 4 fouls.
Interesting.
Yep.
So, Dan, take me through a little strategy. If you were coaching, would you try to attack that young man? Would you play him any different, knowing that he's got 4?
Well, obviously, if he's off the floor, you think that you're better off. And if that means getting him his 5th foul, then yeah, sure. Go after him. Because he can't do a whole lot against you, right? Because if he contests you, there's a good chance he's going to get his 5th foul, and then his day's done. So it would be smart for him to do so. But again, he's not the number 2 rated recruit in the class of 2021 for no reason. He's a smart player.
So 56-51. Minnehaha with the lead. Eagles pull them back to within 5. Minnehaha in the offensive end, 7:40 left to go in this ball game. Well played ball game.
Suggs is going to get the block call. I am not sure what the defender was supposed to do there.
And the basket will count as well. Wow, a big call. That is a foul on
number 15, Charlie
Masavage. That's his 3rd
team 7th.
and team 7th. So we are in the bonus both ways now as we go. Suggs with the opportunity to add an and 1 and push it right back to an 8-point game. Yeah, that's a bang-bang call. I think it could have gone either way. Maybe Suggs gets the benefit of the doubt on that for just, his
Suggs.
athleticism.
Free throw's good. Now, if it were the college rules, he was within the arc. So if it was an NCAA game, that would also have been a block.
Correct. And like I said, it was a good athletic take and move. So definitely a bang-banger. No problems with the way it went.
Johnny Davis catches, elevates, turnaround jumper like he's done it hundreds of times in his career. for 2. It's a 6-point Minnehaha lead.
Johnny with 12 now in the second half, 30 for the ball game, Dan.
There's an easy basket, pass baseline.
Caden Johnson. A little two-handed slam dunk on the base.
All right, we have a stoppage. It looks like that the Central coach is going to take a 30-second timeout. So we'll put out to commercial. We'll be right back.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center. Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
Welcome back to UW La Crosse, the 2020 border battle between Minnehaha and La Crosse Central. I'm Dan Ross. With me is Paul Jaglinski. Jason Zaleski producing, doing a fine job.
The best in the business, I would say.
He drove us here, too. Quite a fellow. 6:56 left to play in the game. La Crosse Central is down by 8 with the ball. Both teams have some foul trouble, but nobody's fouled out of the game yet, and mostly everybody's back in. Johnny Davis misses the shot, follows it up himself. It looked like he was fouled from behind on the initial drive.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, a good aggressive dribble. What I like about that with Johnny, though, is that he didn't get the initial foul or ball to fall, but stuck right with it. Got a great putback, great athletic play. He's just playing basketball. Now a steal on the other end.
Davis has the ball. He takes it across the midcourt line. Central looking to set up the offense. 6:20 to play.
Boy, I'll tell you,
6-point game.
When you get Johnny in transition, he is just absolutely smooth.
He is.
Like butter on a bread, man. Just absolutely smooth.
Jordan Davis went up. It was hit away.
Wow.
That looks like a held ball.
No, that's going to be a late whistle and a call on the baseline, and I think the right call. Broke verticality, brought that arm down, thought he had a good hit on the arm. I like the call.
Team's 10th at the line for Central.
Jordan Davis is going to be at the line shooting too. Try to cut into the 6-point lead.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of contact to play through, but a good patient whistle by the official. And unfortunately, Jordan misses the front end of the bonus, or the front end of the foul shot here. As we come down the stretch with 6:08 to play in a 6-point game, each of those free throws are going to be important.
I don't think I've been to a high school basketball game where there's so much press credentials and cameras all lined up around the court.
Yeah, I was going to make that comment to you earlier. There's probably 20 to 30 media members here covering the broadcast as well. Just a wonderful atmosphere for high school basketball for both Wisconsin and Minnesota. My compliments to the tournament and for Mark Miller for getting it set up. Jordan down here missed both free throws. That could prove costly when you're down by 6. Looks like Minnehaha is going to go ahead and space the floor. Doesn't really look like a four-corner offense in the old Carolina days, but they're definitely looking to run some clock. That's interesting. Dan, this feeds right into what we asked Mark Miller about before, which is, does high school basketball need a shot clock? I would say yes. That's my personal opinion. When you see an opportunity where you have such athletic kids and such a great atmosphere, and we get into a ball control situation, this is the exact situation that screams, yes, I think that high school basketball does need a shot clock. Whew. That was either a lot of contact for a displacement or an unbelievably athletic move to make the defender fall. You can decide for yourself.
I am not exactly sure what Agleby was trying to do with that.
I think Agleby was thinking that he had a little bit more athletic player than Isaiah Davis that was down on the end, but I think he saw wide open and was going to try to hit him with an alley-oop. So Central down 6 with 4:40 to play with the ball, looking to get something here. And Davis drives to the hoop, and he's just molested on the way. Interesting. I'll be curious to see. They're not going to talk about it. I was going to be curious to see if they were going to talk about whether or not Holmgren had a goaltend at the very end of that. I'm not sure if anybody took a look at that, but it certainly looked to me like there was an opportunity to call it.
That's 5 fouls on Agleby. And the student section is letting him hear about it.
Red Hawk lineup. Johnny Davis shoots 2.
We're in double bonus for La Crosse Central the rest of the way, so 2 shots every time we go to the line.
Johnny Davis gets it to rattle in, makes it a 5-point game. 4:37 left.
You know, Dan, I just want to throw it out there right now. This has been a fun game. I wouldn't mind playing an extra period of basketball here.
The second's good.
We have a full timeout called by Minnehaha. And let's go ahead and let's take a break for our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the director at Little Sprouts. Little Sprouts has been a real great community. It's very family friendly. It feels like a big family to me, and being the new director here, I felt very welcomed into the family. I like the smaller family. Everybody knows everybody, and you all get to know everybody in the center, and we do family activities and much of a family atmosphere.
R&R Flooring in Spencer is your place for the best in innovation and lowest pricing for your flooring project. New or remodel, tile, carpet, hardwood, ceramic, cork, you name it, R&R Flooring is ready for you today. R&R Flooring supports area programs like the broadcast you're watching and also supports area suppliers so you get great quality and pricing that fits your budget. Go to R&R Flooring today to see their showroom of flooring, furniture, mattresses, and custom-built showers. R&R Flooring in Spencer.
Welcome back to UW La Crosse, the Border Battle 2020. 4:35 left to go in the game. Minnehaha leading La Crosse Central 61-57. I just want to give a quick shout out to the local sponsors that help make this possible, help make us able to deliver quality content to everybody who is watching at home and can't make it to La Crosse because it's a long trip. Earlier today we had local Stratford play a very impressive game for a win. And obviously, at 10 o'clock in the morning, not everybody in Stratford can come see it. So thanks to the sponsors for making it possible.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody watching at home as well. It's a great high school basketball game. Hopefully you're enjoying the commentary. And hopefully the last 4:30 deliver us a great ball game as we come out 61-57 Minnehaha with the lead. Dan, do you expect that we're going to go ahead and see them to attack as normal, or do you think we're going to get some ball control again?
I think they can afford to be patient, right? Whether that's running 30 seconds, 45 seconds. There's no shot clock, so layups only would be perfectly fine. And there's a missed layup, maybe a blocked shot.
Oh, and interesting. So I think one official was going to have the jump ball, but the C came in on the backside and immediately called that a foul on number 15, Hersey Miller.
His third.
That's 3 on Hersey, but more importantly, that sends La Crosse to the line to get 2 free throws without time coming off. So at 4:05, they can make this back to a 1 possession or even a 2-point ball game.
I think he's going to make both.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
I feel confident. The first one's good. How many does Johnny Davis have now?
Terry Lockett checks in for the Red Hawks.
Let me get you a quick tally on that, Dan. He's got 19 here in the second half with the free throw pending.
Oh, he
so
missed the
still
second.
19 here in the second half. 18 in the first half by my unofficial tally. That's 37 for Johnny Davis.
Impressive game. So Minnehaha up 61-58 with 3:53 left to play in the game. It's a 1-possession game. No need to foul, no need to panic. Just play solid defense if you're La Crosse Central.
I like the composure of Suggs. Comes out, grabs the ball, gets the offense set up, and now we're playing basketball.
Holmgren came back into the game with about 7 minutes left, and he has not been much of a presence. Suggs right to the rim. That's hard to stop.
Beautiful athletic drive. Just going ahead and getting isolating, getting on his hip, and just attacking the basket.
63-58. 3:16 to play.
That first step by Suggs is explosive. Back to what we were talking about before, I thought it was interesting when Lance Johnson said that he was the second leading scorer for Minnehaha in 8th grade.
They didn't call the double dribble.
Even Johnny knew he got away with one, or felt he got away with one there.
So Thompson goes to work. That's a tough shot. Can't get it to go.
Wow.
Yeah, no call.
Well, and we're going to get a timeout for Crosse Central. Probably a good timeout, get an opportunity to get some composure. It looked like his team was struggling. 2:45, obviously, an important possession.
Right.
And he's going to have a full timeout.
Yep. We'll kick it over to the sponsors. We'll be back in a bit.
Rally at the Alley tonight at Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville. Strike Time Lanes open at 4 Monday through Friday and 11 Saturday and Sunday. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6. Cheer on the team tonight and then rally at the Alley after the game. Strike Time Lanes is your Packers headquarters on Sunday. Enter to win a flat screen TV. Strike Time Lanes in Neillsville is also your place for Fish Fry Friday. Rally at the Alley tonight and every night at Strike Time Lanes.
Taqueria El Sol sirve la comida mexicana más auténtica en Wisconsin Central. Taqueria El Sol está en Marshfield, en Avenida South Central y calle 17. Está abierta cada día. Taqueria El Sol prepara salsa y guacamole cada día y tiene un menú con muchas recetas familiares de México.
Taqueria El Sol tiene una tienda de comestibles también. Se venden comidas mexicanas secas, refrigeradas y congeladas para ayudarle a servir la comida mexicana, la más auténtica en Wisconsin Central. Taqueria El Sol en la Avenida South Central in Marshfield.
Welcome back to UW La Crosse Border Battle 2020, where we have Minnehaha with a 5-point lead with 2:45 to play, 63-58. La Crosse Central is going to inbound underneath Minnehaha's basket. Let's see if they can get a quick one here.
37 so far in this game for Johnny Davis. Jaylen Suggs with 26. The two big stars, the big name stars, have definitely come out to play. Nice contributions from other players as well, but those two have definitely battled back and forth.
See if they can get a quick hitter here. Oh, what a play.
And we're going to get not an and one though, but a beautiful wing pass, backdoor cut from out of bounds. Unfortunately, couldn't get the layup to fall.
4 on Suggs.
4 on Jaylen. Yeah. Well, that's going to be interesting down the stretch if we do get into an overtime situation. Now, Holmgren with 4, Suggs with 4. Johnny Davis has a chance to step to the line to get 2 real important points without the clock running, and again, misses the free throw. You know, Dan, we talked about that a lot when we were coaching, that close games are won by defensive rebounds and free throws. And boy, at this point, got to go ahead and get these down the stretch.
He makes the second. What a great play call by La Crosse Central coach coming out of the timeout to set that play up for Johnny Davis.
So 59-63, 4-point game, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. I expect the defense
some issues here. What are they? They're going to call the foul.
You're going to get the
on
foul.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis with the hold. Sure looked to me like Suggs was helping to initiate some of that contact. And that's what Jordan Davis is talking to the official about. The official is saying, yeah, I saw it, but you were also grabbing him as well.
A little YMCA move there to hold him close, right? To make it look like it's a foul on Davis. First free throw by Suggs is good. That makes it a 5-point game with 2:24 to play.
Suggs calmly steps to the lines, knocks down a big shot. 64-59.
Again, Minnehaha, number 1 ranked team in all of Minnesota, ranked number 9 nationally. They play a national schedule. A lot of close games. Minnehaha has been in this situation many times already this year.
Yeah, Dan, you know, what are your thoughts on that national schedule? It seems like that's become something that has become a little bit more premier. I know La Crosse Central just played a team from Miami as we get a layup, finish. Almost a little offensive basket interference, but a putback and a foul.
Looked like it could have been.
And that's what Suggs is upset about. He's saying that, man, he definitely should have been called for the offensive interference.
Back to your question about the national schedule. I know that there's no recruiting in high school basketball, but seeing a high school close to you on the national stage, on ESPN, playing against Bronny James, for example, you get a lot of exposure for your school. So obviously, high schools are going to push that if they have the talents and able to do so.
Yeah, certainly it's an interesting development. We talked a lot with Mark Miller earlier today. If we get a chance to post that question for him for a future reference, we definitely will. Great pass ahead by Jaylen Suggs, and he lets the crowd know that, hey, he saw him, saw his teammate. Very nice.
It's a 7-point game, 67-60. A minute 50 to play. La Crosse Central needs to hurry up here.
Oh.
Who's that going to be on?
And he ended up calling the foul on number 15. Probably a nice break that could have very easily been on Suggs, and that would have been his fifth if it was. So very, very fortunate for Minnehaha that that was called on Hersey Miller.
Now, if you're Minnehaha, you're up by 7. Fouling is probably not in your best interest. Stops the clock. Let's Crosse Central.
And yet another missed free throw.
Yep.
Johnny's upset with himself, and I'll tell you what, in a 7-point game, there has been enough free throws at this point missed that La Crosse Central and Minnehaha, for that matter, are both going to think about this game could be much different had they been shooting a higher percentage from the line.
The second one also rims out.
Johnny very upset with himself. You know, Dan, from this angle, when you watch even a talented player like Johnny, typically body language doesn't whisper, it screams, and it's screaming. He's frustrated right now.
Yep. So layups are always good when you're trying to run the clock, but that one can't fall.
Oh, layups are hard.
Yep.
Mr. Lockett just went ahead and found that out that way.
Yep. Central's got to hurry. 80 seconds to play.
What Central needs is...
Oh, that is not a good call.
Ooh.
That definitely looked like it was off of Minnehaha.
Wow.
But
coach is asking if he can help out his partner. Partner says nope. He felt he had a good look at it. So minute and 13 on the clock, 67-60. La Crosse down 7. Got to give you the point where you're looking to foul and hope that he misses a free throw, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the players got 4 fouls, and Suggs just took it to the basket. He's quick enough where he can get to the hip of the defender, and the defender has no choice but to foul him.
And he's strong enough that he's just going to go ahead and be able to play through and absorb the contact.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that is number 5 on Jordan Davis. 9 team fouls on La Crosse Central. 5 obviously on Jordan Davis. That'll be the end of his night.
You know, a lot of times we talk about team basketball and how important it is for everyone to buy into what's happening. There are some times where you just give it to the top talent in the entire country and just let him go to work and win you a game.
Absolutely. It's one of those deals where there's a lot of hours in the gym, not only practicing his shot, but when you look at his body type, Dan, he's a big, strong, explosive kid. And on that play, he just wanted to get to the basket and was able to physically impose his will and get there.
You might even say he's a bulldog. The first one's missed.
I see what you did there with the Gonzaga reference. Very well played, sir. Missed the front side of the of the free throw, though, so still keeping a glimmer of hope in line for Central, but they're going to need a quick bucket, maybe even time to start getting a transition 3.
The second's short, so no harm done here. We are under a minute to play. 7-point lead for Minnehaha.
Important to note that La Crosse Central does...
And Johnny Davis is going to take care of this.
Oh, Johnny got to the basket, picked up Holmgren's 5th foul, but unfortunately rims out. Really needed that one to fall.
He really needs to make these 2 free throws.
Absolutely. Again, this is exactly what La Crosse Central needs, is to get an opportunity to get points on the board without the clock running.
And Central hasn't made the second of the free throws since the last time out. There's a good chance that they have a full court press set up if they have to inbound the ball here.
Johnny Conley knocks down the first one, 67-61. 6-point lead for Minnehaha. See if he can go ahead and knock down the second at the line. Might be going to Disneyland. He is at Splash Mountain.
And we have a full court look here. We have a timeout by the Minnehaha coach, looks like.
Talking about it, 30-second timeout called by Minnehaha. Let's go ahead and let's hear a word from our sponsors.
V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us number one.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
Welcome back to UW La Crosse Gymnasium Fieldhouse. 67-62, Minnehaha with the lead. Having to inbound underneath their own basket and what is guaranteed to be some sort of full court press here.
So Minnehaha calls a timeout there. Dan, what's he talking to him about?
How to get the ball in bounds. Who's going to screen for who? They're going to baseball pass in. That
is he going to get there?
Long.
Great athletic
save.
play. Wow. Jaylen Suggs shows his speed and athleticism as opposed to giving up on the play. Great save. Great ditch to Hersey Miller for an important two-point basket and maybe the sealer.
Can't get it to go. Another try, can't get it. Scrum on the floor for the ball. And we're going to have a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Noah Compton. With a 7-point game and going down to shoot the bonus, this thing is just about wrapped up.
Wow, I'll tell you what, folks. I know that Jaylen has got probably 26, 30 points. I'll get you a tally here in a little bit. But there may not be a bigger play that he made tonight, nor a more athletic play that he made tonight than to save that ball, have the court awareness to flip it to his teammate, and just once again out-hustle and prove that he wants that ball more than what La Crosse Central did. That just impressive.
Yeah. It was a baseball pass. It bounced twice, and Suggs was able to run down about 50 feet in a matter of about 2 seconds.
I can't vouch for you, but when he threw it, I thought that ball was going out of bounds.
Yeah, for sure.
And that we were going to have underneath. And Mr. Suggs said, nope, not today. I'm fast enough. I'm going to go get that.
Terry Lockett makes the first free throw, makes an 8-point game with just under 32 seconds to go. The second free throw is up, and it's also good. 71-62, La Crosse Central has to hurry. Has to hurry and has to start thinking threes. Johnny Davis drives in the lane. Jumper from 14, no good. Rebound goes the other way. Fast break layup. Caden Johnson going to seal the deal on this one.
I'll tell you what, Dan, I'm impressed with Caden Johnson as well. His athleticism plays very well. Obviously, get a Division I scholarship, play football. Basketball is probably a second sport for him, but I thought he's played valuable minutes for Minnehaha tonight.
So Johnny Davis took the ball to the rim, looked like he was going to tomahawk it down, and Suggs was not going to have it. He's going to get his 5th foul to prevent it from happening, but what a game from that young man.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, at the half, he had 14. I'm trying to get you a quick tally in the second half here.
And Davis makes the first one. Of course, Johnny Davis, we're likely to see him in at least sectionals, regionals, sectionals. We might see him on the Kohl Center floor this year. Definitely see him on the Kohl Center floor the next couple of years.
Yeah, by my unofficial tally, 35 for Jaylen Suggs. And
Minnehaha does not have to cross half court, and that's going to be the ball game.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Dan, you know, unfortunately in a contest like this, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. And my hat's off to both teams. That is as an impressive and as athletic of a ball game as I've seen.
Yep, and the game lived up to the hype. That is hard to do when so much coming in, and it was a great game to call, great game to watch.
Absolutely. It back and forth, two really excellent teams. Very, very well played high school basketball. I believe that we're going to try to see if we can get Jaylen Suggs to come up and spend a little time with us, go ahead and talk to that young man about his outstanding performance. Not sure if he'll be able to take a look at doing so, but we are going to try to go ahead and get him to come up.
All right, so we'll take a break. We'll leave the camera run, but when we get an interview, we will let you know.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Looks like Jaylen Suggs is going to go ahead and join us here for a post-game interview, and we're going to get a chance to go ahead and talk to the young man on just an outstanding performance. Hello, Jaylen. Paul Jaglinski.
Hey, Jaylen. Not too bad.
We're going to go ahead and we'll give you that. So, again, first of all, congratulations on a hard-fought victory and an outstanding ball game. How do you think it went tonight?
I think it was a great game. This is a great team. I mean, they play really well together. Both of the brothers, I mean, they're amazing talents. Terrence Thompson as well. He's a beast in the paint. You know, that's a really big body, and that's a well-rounded team that we just beat. You know, one that we're really proud of, one that we want to add and keep building that momentum to.
Yeah, so Dan and I were talking. You had just an outstanding all-around game. I think athletically, you can tell why you're getting the national accolades you had. But can you just walk me through a little bit of that last play? We made such a big deal of it so many times tonight. Your hustle was outstanding. Your motor is just wonderful. And not only this to save that ball, but then to find Hersey on the layup was outstanding. Can you walk us through that play?
Yeah, me and Caden have talked about it. He told me coming out of the huddle, he said, you know, I'm taking the ball out. If he's playing in front of you, face guarding you, you know, take off and I'll hit you. And I threw it a little bit too far, you know, further than I expected. But I mean, again, that's just my will to win. You know, I'll never settle for losing. And if it's making plays like that, if it's diving on the floor, if it's not even putting a shot up, you know, if it's going to get rebounds and play defense, you know, I'm perfectly fine with that. And that's another example right there. You know, I put my all into that. It's the end of the game, so I have no reason to save energy. And I mean, that was a really huge play.
I'll tell you what, from a coach's perspective, that's as impressive a play as I've seen all year long.
So, congratulations, Gonzaga next year. Really exciting. Do you have a little insight into who Coach Mark Few is? Like, do you have a funny story or anything about him? What's he like?
Mark Few is the most laid-back, competitive person you'll ever meet. You know, he's an all-around great person. You know, from the first time I met him and got on the phone with him, I knew he was just like he was like a father figure, honestly. Yeah. And to a lot of his players, he is, because they're coming from overseas, and you know, a lot of times their parents and family can't travel. So, Coach Few, I definitely would say, is like a father figure and someone I can really trust in and depend on, not only on the court but off the court with whatever I have.
That's fantastic. Hey, best of luck to you, Jaylen. We sincerely mean it. Great game tonight. Good luck in the state tournament coming up. Bring home the ball.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Stay healthy. We look forward to watching on Sunday one day.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Jaylen.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. So that is the end of the game. Minnehaha with an 11-point victory over La Crosse Central. It's been a long day. It's been a fun day. A lot of great basketball. Just kind of taking a look at the entire day, right? What were some of the high moments for you?
Well, I think three things really stood out to me today. First and foremost, the three-point shot has become such a monumental portion of the game. Whether it's a big, where it's Holmgren showing his range, or whether it's Nice that we saw earlier in the day. The three-point shot has just evolved, and it's such an exciting portion of the game, and it changes a lot of things. I think that's first. Second of all, we saw today there's a lot of different ways to win a basketball game.
Yep.
You can win it with posts. You can win it with your guards. You can grind it out inside. You can win it athletically. You can win it on the defensive end with hustle plays. So I was really impressed with the different styles of play that we had. And then finally, and probably most importantly, the quality of basketball that's being played at the high levels in Wisconsin and the high levels of Minnesota is really impressive. If you're not into high school sports, or if you only kind of checked in the day, go to your gyms, check it out, go take a look at your kids, because what a great atmosphere and a way to spend the day. Yep. How about you, Dan? What were your thoughts?
You know, I agree completely. The only thing that I would add is the actual quality of the actual men, the boys that we saw play today, right? Just outstanding individuals. There wasn't any fighting, no pushing. There wasn't a whole lot of talking going on. Just outstanding top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to go ahead and to wrap it up here, Minnehaha goes ahead and secures the victory over La Crosse Central tonight. Johnny Davis went ahead and finished tonight's ball game with 37 on an unofficial count. And Jaylen Suggs went ahead and finished tonight's ball game with 32 on an unofficial count. So again, just an outstanding contest and a great way to wrap up the day.
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks everyone for watching and staying with us all day long today. We appreciate it.